and this. So I follow different blogs, and also, for example, I have no, I read these bloggers, but no, as I told before, I prefer movies after than books.
I prefer movies to books. All right. So, and what's your favorite movie?
Mm, I don't know if for example, I like Christopher Nolan or Quentin Tarantino films. I don't know. For example, Pulp Fiction is a good film, but I don't have a favorite film.
All right. Describe me some movies that you watched recently. What was it? Do you remember?
Describe
Describe
with what?
a movie that you watched recently. Tell me about a film that you watched yesterday or 3 days ago, last week.
Okay. So, for example, right now I'm looking at a Spanish series that it's not very well, but it's you can pass your time with your
Spend the time.
I'm watching. Okay, so it's a Spanish series that talks about the Spanish situation in the Malaga coast in the south of Spain in the 70 the years 70
70s.
with sorry
in the 70s.
Okay. So the situation in the south of Spain in the 70s with the drug
Dealers.
the drug
Traffickers.
with them.
Yes, with the drug traffic, with drug dealers.
With the drug traffic and the drug dealer when the drug come to Spain after the military dictature, so dictadura. I don't know how to say.
Dictator.
Like after the government changement in Spain in the 70s. So that's it's a series and it talks about that.
And do you watch movies in English?
Yeah, normally I prefer to watch movies in English because I prefer the accent. For example, there is a film that is Peaky Blinders that I love. For example, Game of Thrones that I don't. But I prefer to listen the different accents because I think the accent translator in Spain is not very well, and it's a little bit artificial. So I prefer to look in a original version.
All right, tell me more about the Game of Thrones. So, what's the main idea? What is it about?
I don't watch. Now that Game of Thrones finished, I start to watch entirely the series. Now I'm going to start. So I haven't watched Game of Thrones.
But do you know what is it about? Can you describe me the main idea?
No, I only watched like 1-2 chapter like 1 month ago. So
All right,
I don't know.
tell me about these 2 chapters. What happened in these 2 chapters? Do you remember?
Yeah, it presents like a different family families.
Families.
It presents different families and the way that they live. I know that they are looking for a throne, and there are different families or different reinados. I don't know how to say.
Check it in the dictionary.
Okay. And I don't know. It also shows like a correct side and the like the bad guys in the film that are I don't know how they caminantes caminantes blancos. I don't know, but I have seen like 1 chapter, so we'll just later.
Right. So, and what do you do for fun? Do you go to the nightclubs, or maybe you drink beer with your friends, take drugs? So what do you do for fun? Maybe you go fishing.
So so I prefer to go to camp in like in the nature, and like in a beach. But I don't know. Also, the typical plans to have beers and to pasear. I don't know, pasear.
Walk.
To walk. To walk. Yes. Yeah, to work in the city, but I don't know. I every weekends I plan different different plans. No,
different things
I don't know.
You plan different things to do. You have different plans every week. On every weekend, you have different plans.
So yeah. I have different plans. For example, this weekend we went to the beach, or for example, I don't know. The next one I'm going to stay here, but we are going to do something. We are going to Cadiz. You know Cadiz?
Yeah, Cadiz.
We are going to there are different. There are like white. It's called white. Pueblos, ¿cómo se dice?
Villages, towns.
Pueblo. Village. So there are like a village there. So and we are going to have to do to make a tour like there.
Right. And what would you do if you won the lottery?
I don't know. It's impossible.
Just imagine you have $1 million. What would you do? Maybe you go traveling, or you buy something.
Okay.
open your agency?
I think if I won the lottery, maybe 10 million, I prefer to have to destinar only. How to say destinar? To separate money, separate, for example, the 95% and have as a investment, and the rest to provide and have fun and travel. But I prefer to invest the money and have revenues monthly for the rest of your life than spend all the money quickly.
And where would you invest it?
Well, I don't know. For example, you can buy different houses.
Apartments.
You can buy different apartments, but for example,
real estate. You can buy real estate. Inmobiliaria.
Yeah, but for example, now in Spain is not the best time to invest in real estate.
Why?
in apartments.
Why?
Why? Because now is the price of the ladrillo. I don't know.
Check
the how to say?
Check it in the dictionary.
Okay. The brick price, but I don't know if but I don't know the average price.
Average price
is really high in Spain. So, for example, you have to look for different opportunities that can give you more revenues in the future, like and not in Spain. For example, I don't know I know that, for example, in the north of Africa, in Morocco, there are different. There are really nice beaches. So beach. So maybe it's a good opportunity, but I don't know. If you have to do a study of the different opportunities and to decide the best one.
All right, and so educational background we discussed. Have you finished any courses, academic courses? So you have a degree, except the degree. Have you finished any courses?
Yeah, I have different certificates, and I passed different online courses. And that's the course that I have done. But I have my degree and digital courses that I have done to have more formation, but not official courses.
All right. Next, do you have plans for further education? So, do you plan to study in the future, or to go to some other courses in the future?
Didn't understand.
So do you want to study more in the future?
I don't know. Maybe now I I'm going to France to Paris and to have a master.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, for example, in my area that it's advertising and digital and this, it's more important the experience that you have than the studies. So if I studied, it's for something that I can aplicar.
That I can't apply on.
To put the ¿Cómo?
Aplicar, apply.
Apply, yeah, but for example, a master that you are going to learn to put on practice.
You can use
to put on that you can use, but yes, maybe in the next year I'm going to study a master in Paris, but only if I'm working at the same time.
Mm-hmm. And you told me that your first degree was a vet degree. So try to tell me, why did you choose it? Why did you choose first to be a veterinarian?
Okay, because I don't know how to say in English before the university. I don't know, in the college.
The college, yes.
In the college, we have two different way. That was science, and the other one I don't know. I don't know how to say, the health science, and like, for example, to study law humanidades. I don't know. So I choose the science, and I didn't have more options. I have different options, that, for example, pharmacy or medicine. Okay, but I didn't have the note to study. So, or for example, the nursery.
Nursery.
So I thought that the vet med the best option, because I love the animals, but I realized studying that it wasn't wasn't the opportunity, and it wasn't the solution, and I couldn't develop my competences. My competence? No.
Competences?
So I decided, it was very difficult, but I decided that maybe another path, another way.
All right, so I'm giving you here as a link. I write down that next time we'll continue with the question 23. Next time, continue with the question 23. Now tell me, do you know about the website TED.com? Have you heard about it? So here we can see different topics. Here's the website. So let's open it. So for our next lesson, you can choose some topic. So what topic will we take for our next lesson?
I can choose, and I write to you in by Skype.
All right. Yes. So you can then let's open the topic adventure. Like for an example, you can see that there are some videos.
Mm-hmm.
You can push the button "See all talks on adventure," and you'll see that you can choose video by the duration.
Yes.
So if you want, you can choose 0 to 6 minutes. So I recommend you to watch more videos, but shorter videos, and to watch one and long video, because then we'll have many different topics to discuss. So if you have time, try to watch 5 or 6 different short videos from the topics that you choose. And on the lesson, you can tell me like, I watched this and these videos. They were about, it was interesting, not interesting. You can also check the comments. Sometimes people write in English comments to the video. If you open the video, you can see it. It will be written on the right. Under the video, it will be like comments. And you can open it and you can read it. You can tell me, usually people write in English. You can tell me like what people were discussing after watching this video. And if you go back, you can see that except videos, there are some articles, not in this topic, but if we open another topic, like agriculture, yes. So in agriculture, there are some articles. So the same, you can watch videos, you can read articles, and on the lesson you tell me which articles you read, why you chose it, what was the problem in this article, and so on. So now tell me about your plans for today. So what will you do after our lesson?
My plan for today. Okay. So now I'm going to eat something this afternoon or this evening at 17. I have a job interview by Skype.
In what company?
Where?
In what company? What for the job? Tell me more.
I don't know.